What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome to the channel where I show you interesting stories and hidden locations in Skyrim. In this video we will be discovering the very sad story of Lost Prospect Mine. The name of the mine is indeed very telling to the story that we will discover. So the mine is actually located here on the map just east from Riften. This area of Skyrim tends to be a place that most people overlook, and you really have to explore quite a bit in order to just happen upon this cave. There's also a lot of wildlife in this area that you can kill for no reason. Right then, let me show you the location. Once you come down this valley here, you'll come to this small little pond. And just beyond it, you can actually see it from here if you have eagle vision. Just between those two trees, you can see the entrance to the mine. I think there's actually a nern root here in the pond, which we can grab. So let's get that, which is very good for crafting poisons. And then we'll make our way over to this cave. I just kind of wanted to show you the approach to it, because I appreciate that it's pretty damn well camouflaged. So I mean, we can already tell that it's a mine, because obviously there's a pickaxe that we're going to want to grab, and there's some rocks outside it. All the mining equipment we need. Nothing unusual yet. However, there is another cart here which is just full of rocks. And now that kind of tells me maybe there's not a lot of useful materials in this mine if they've just been mining rocks all this time. Or maybe they're trying to find something useful. There's also a lot of mushrooms in this mine. I think there's over like 5 species, but I haven't counted them. So we have another pickaxe, and there's also a journal. The Miner's Journal. So let's have a little read of this. 3rd of Hearthfire, 4th Era. You know, just when you think you've hit the bottom, sometimes Aedra throws you a rope. Since the rebels took over the mines in these parts, I haven't been able to find work anywhere. And along comes Burn, my old partner, with a deed to some old gold mine out in the hills. It's been too long since we did a job together. What, 4 years now? Nice to finally work with someone who knows the business. Sounds like the place was a steal too. 22nd of Hearthfire, 4th Era. No one sells a mine for a song. I figured this place would be in bad shape, but not this bad. Barely a glorified cave. There may have been gold here once, but we don't even have a vein to start with. We struck out at random. 3 weeks digging below a tunnel, but nothing to show for it yet. 15th of First Seed, 4th Era. Nothing. No gold, no gems, no ore. Not even any useful stone. The rocks around here crumble the moment you stack them on one another. I'm ready to toss it in, but Burn wants to keep on going. Just a little further, Hadrir. We're so close, Hadrir. Bah. Burn wants me to head back to Riften for supplies next week. Might give me a chance to cool down. 29th of First Seed, 4th Era. So I come back and nothing. No sign of Burn. It's like he's just up and left. No blood, no sign of a struggle, he just ran out on me, I suppose. I've waited 3 days and he's not coming back. I'm going to head back to Riften and see if I can find him or find some other work there. No sense wasting my time anymore here. Burn, if you find this, I expected better from you. So right now, Burn seems like a bit of an arsehole. But let's think about this logically. I can clearly tell from reading this journal and looking around that these guys knew what they were doing. But one does not simply sell a mine full of gold in Skyrim. So it does beg the question, was this a scam? Perhaps there was no gold in this mine. But what doesn't make sense to me is that he brought the mine in the first place and didn't want to give up and leave when his friend did. So why on earth would he then leave and ditch his friend? It just doesn't make sense. And also, there are no signs of a struggle. So what if Burn is still here? So before we figure this out, let me just show you a few interesting bits around the cave. If you come up this ramp here on the left and go down the tunnel, you'll actually find a random mace. Now depending on your level, it can be Dwarven, Orcish, Glass and so on. If you're around level 10 and it's like not Dwarvish, then if you actually reload before you enter the cave and then come back in, you'll probably find that it's Dwarvish. And if you come back into the main central room and go down the other path, you actually find a random helmet in there as well. So make sure you experiment with that a bit. Now you may have noticed a mysterious light coming from behind the waterfall. You can actually jump across this gap. Or if you're struggling, you can just use the whirlwind sprint shout. But you don't need to. If you remember, in the journal it said that the rocks were falling apart and were very fragile. This part of the cave looks like it may have collapsed, though we cannot tell when. If we proceed further, we find out what happened to Burn. Burn was rich for a few moments before he was crushed by a rock slide. Bit of a sorry way to go. There are actually 3 gold ore veins in this room and they will respawn every 2 in-game weeks for you to mine. So, to summarise, we have Burn who has found gold and then got crushed to death. And then his friend, Hadrir, who thought he abandoned him. It turns out Hadrir was probably in the wrong here, but then he got what he deserved by missing out on all this gold. That's karma for you. If you guys enjoyed this story, please give the video a like, it really helps me out. And you can also check out the whole playlist in the description for more interesting stories in Skyrim like this one. Thanks again for watching, and I, ESO, will see you, loyal subscriber, in the next Skyrim video. Farewell!